Aloha, welcome to Live Yoga Channel. I'm Terra. It is Monday in Manoa, and we love to create a live yoga class on Mondays and Thursday mornings. We do classical yoga. Today it's just me, Terra, also the metabolic therapist. That light just fell. Let me grab that. Try that again. All right, that's supposed to stick. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll find a comfortable seated position, cross-legged. Either leg is totally fine. Just go ahead and remove the excess flesh away from the sits bone so you can really feel yourself plug in. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take the hands to the thighs, palms facing up, thumb and first finger to touch. Go ahead and allow the eyes to gently close, and then begin to draw your awareness to the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. See if you can lengthen the inhalations, allowing your body to grow big as you expand in the inhalation. Let that breath swirl around inside of you. And then exhale slowly. See if you can get your exhalation to be slightly longer than your inhalation. Pause at the bottom of the exhalation. Inhale, allowing your belly and your side ribs to be engaged. As you inhale and grow tall. Let that breath swirl around inside, and then exhale slowly. Returning to wholeness. Feel yourself plug into the earth. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and set an intention for your practice today. That could be the first word or thought that comes to your mind's eye on why you're here. It'll help to keep us focused, keep you focused as we go throughout our practice. Returning to our why. Let's go ahead and release. And we'll move into Kapalabhati. We're going to relieve some subtle tension from in and around the brain. How this is going to work, it's going to be a forceful exhalation through the nose at the same time, drawing the belly button back towards the spine. So as I exhale, I'm pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Okay. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Exhale, squeeze out all the breath. Pause here, keep it all out, and then inhale half lung of air. Pause, press your hands into your thighs, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Draw the belly button back towards the spine and drop the chin towards your chest. With your eyes closed, keep your gaze in between your eyebrow center. Hold these locks. We're retaining the energy here. We're building it inside of us. And when you need the breath, simply release the holds. Sip in a nice breath of fresh air through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. Let's do that breath retention one more time. Inhale, half lung air. Pause. Draw the shoulders to the ears. Drop the chin to the chest. Belly button back towards the spine. And then draw up that pelvic floor as if you're keeping yourself from going to the loo. Release your hands, release your holds. Take a nice breath in through the nose. Exhale slowly. Beautiful. So if you have glasses on like me, go ahead and take those off. We're going to move to yoga for the eyes. So let's keep the head and neck center, moving only the eyes. Go ahead and inhale. As you exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far left, look up, far right, look down, center. Now, instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. So go ahead and take your right arm out, shoulder height, not too high, not too low. Take your index finger, point it up towards the ceiling. Take your gaze to your fingertip. And then gently begin to bend the elbow. Slowly draw the fingertip towards the nose, doing your best to not blink as you stare at your fingertip. Take it back out slowly, no blinking. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to your fingertip, bend the elbow. Take your gaze to your fingertip. Take it back out slowly. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Last one, best one. So take your gaze to your fingertip. Take it back out slowly. Release your hands. Go ahead and let's build some heat into our hands here, our healing hands. Let's take the right palm and cup it over the right eye. Take the left palm and cup it over the left eye. Do your best to not let any light in between your fingers. And then stare into the black abyss of your palm, sending healing energy to our eyes. So much screen time and artificial lights. So very grateful for these healthy eyes to see. Release the hands. Interlace the palms. Press the palms away. I'm just going to leave that down. Press the palms away. And then take the palms overhead. Feel the side body extend, even gently. Breathe here. And then as you allow your chin to tilt down ever so slightly, you begin to notice a restriction, slight constriction in the epiglottis. Take the middle of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, press it gently. Activate our ujjayi breathing, or ocean-like breath. This helps to engage our parasympathetic nervous system. We utilize our breath throughout our practice as our guide. Go ahead and release your hands out in front, backs of the palms to touch. Take the right palm over the left, interlace the hands. Take your hands in towards your body, draw the elbows down, and then take the hands to your degree. Perhaps you're a quarter of the way, perhaps you're all half the way, maybe you can go all the way. And breathing slowly here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back. We're going to switch sides, honoring that we may feel different on this side. 2, and 1. Warming up from the fingertips, the wrists, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. Go ahead and shake it out. Extend the legs out on the mat. Let's move to yoga for the toes. We're going to do toe cranks, moving the toes Only forward and back for 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 hold. Go ahead and release. Take the right leg, cross it over the left. Go ahead and interlace your toes just like we did with the fingers. 1 toe, 2 toe. You get to your 5th toe, go ahead and squeeze, or wherever you are today, squeeze and hold. Warming up from the nerve endings, from the tips of our toes, our ankles, knees, hips, all the way up to the sciatica nerve. Let's go ahead and release. Switch sides. You may be able to do more or fewer toes on this side to your degree. Keep a positive attitude, no hands. And then squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Let's do the ankles forward and back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Let's make circles with our ankles. Opposite direction. Beautiful. Bringing the warm up to the knees. Let's bend the left knee. We're going to grab onto our elbows underneath of the knee. Sit tall and draw the knee towards the chest. And then let's make circles with our knees first clockwise. 4, 5, 6. Opposite direction. Extend the leg out in front. Let's do the same thing. Sit tall. 5, 6. Beautiful. Bringing the warm-ups to the quadriceps. Let's take the right ankle on the inside of the left thigh. Take the left ankle on the outside of the left hip. And then we're going to walk our body back to your degree. Like perhaps you can go down to your forearms, and that's plenty. Feel a nice long stretch here. If this is where you are today, just let your head drop back and breathe. Maybe you can come all the way down with your spine flat on the mat. Maybe you can bring your arms up overhead. Find something that works for you to where you can breathe slowly. Release your hands down back by your side. As you inhale, help your body upright, and then we're going to switch sides. Honoring that we may feel more tight or more flexible on this side, and this can change from day to day based on what we ate, based on how we slept, what kind of stress is going on in our lives. So left foot into the right inner thigh. Walk your body back. And then breathe slowly here. It should feel relieving. Go ahead and release. Everybody, we're going to find our way into a standing position at the front of the mat. There we go. Oh, okay. This is our first standing pose of the day. Go ahead and roll the shoulders up and back. Your arms, let them hang heavy down by your side. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Let your toes spread out your toes. Let your lift your ankles, lift your knees, activate your quads so that they're engaged. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then go ahead and close your eyes and allow yourself to introspect. Take your awareness to your feet. Feel your body supported by the earth beneath you. Just for a breath, let's connect to all life on planet Earth. And what we share in common, We breathe the same air, we utilize the same gravity. So very, very grateful for this earth plane. And then let's take our inner awareness to that space in between our eyebrows. I want you to visualize the last most beautiful sunrise or sunset you've seen. As yogis, we honor the life and the life force that we receive from the sun. All life receives gifts from the mighty sun as we move through our life day to day. So very grateful for our daily gifts from the mighty sun. So we'll move through these 12 sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, paying respect to the sun. Inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. This is our first stretch of the day. Please, no overstretching here. If you need to bend the knees, it's totally fine. You can grab onto the fronts of your shins, the backs of your ankles. The focus here is to allow your head to hang. So you can tilt your chin down slightly so that the top of the head is growing towards the top of the feet. Breathing slowly, bring the weight towards the front of the feet. So the balls of the feet are taking the weight, and this makes the backs of the legs long. Breathing slowly here. Perhaps you have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the earth. Maybe you can even bring your palms to the earth and take your fingertips facing backwards towards your ankles. We'll take our fingertips facing forward, bend the knees. Take the left leg back, drop to the top of the knee and the top of the foot. As we inhale, our shoulders up and back and lunge into that front right knee. We're balancing on our right big toe. We're taking the right knee in towards the midline of the body. And then we're also balancing on the back, our left knee and the top of our back left foot. The chest, take it up. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling and as far back as is comfortable, as long as you can breathe slowly here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes as you exhale. Send the right leg back to meet the left. Coming into our first Parvo Konasana. In the West, we call this downward facing dog. In the East, where my teacher's from, the Himalayas, they call this mountain pose. The body's shaped like a mountain. Pressing down evenly into all 4 corners of your palms. See if you can move your inner elbows so they're looking at one another. Roll the shoulders down the spine. And then see if you can get your inner armpits to be facing one another. The head hangs heavy and is soft. You can shake your head no and yes. And then see if you can reach both heels down towards the earth evenly. It's okay if they don't touch. Breathing slowly here. The bottom of the exhalation, we're going to drop to our knees, chest and chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Take your hands, I like to claw them close to my chest underneath of my shoulders. Keep the elbows in tight. There's space in between the belly and the floor. So you're at 2 knees, 2 feet, 2 knees, 2 hands, chest and chin. Your gaze is down your nose. Breathing slowly for a nice upper back bend here. Pick your palms to the earth. As you exhale, let the belly come down to the earth. Take the tops of the feet to the mat. Slide your forearms through. Let's come into Sphinx as we continue our warm-ups. So we'll inhale our chest in between our hands. Take the gaze up towards the ceiling. The butt is soft. The tops of the feet are soft. And breathing slowly. Exhale, release. Take your palms underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes. Press into your hands. Lift the hips back. Coming into mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. The body's starting to warm up here. Notice that one ankle might want to reach the floor. One heel might want to reach the floor more than the other. See if you can take both heels down towards the earth evenly. Let's take the left foot in between the palms. Drop to the right knee and the top of the right foot. As we inhale into Shalanasana, equestrian pose. Take that lunge, lunging into the front left knee. The arms are hanging down by the side. Take your chest and your gaze up and back. Your breath is slow and steady. Release the hands, tuck the toes. As you exhale, bring the right leg up to meet the left, forward fold. The body's starting to warm up. You may notice some lengthening happening in the back of the legs. You may now have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the earth. Maybe you can take your palms to the earth and take your fingertips facing your ankles, bending the elbows, using the strength of the arms to draw the chest closer to the thighs. As we breathe slowly here. Bend the knees, inhale, take the arms up and overhead, look up and back. Exhale slowly. Release your hands to the side. Take a nice deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale slowly. We'll do the same thing on the other side, this time moving with the pace of our breath. So we'll inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your arms up overhead, look up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Body in half. Then the knees. Take the right leg back. Top of the foot. Inhale, Shalanasana. Release the hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Downward mountain pose. The bottom of the exhalation. Hold out the breath. We're going to come to Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale. Slide into Cobra. Keep the butt soft. The top of the feet are on the mat. Take your gaze up and back. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Take the right foot in between the hands. Drop to the knee, the top of the left foot as we inhale. Shalanasana on the opposite side. Release the hands to the mat. Exhale. Left leg to meet the right. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Take the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Close the pose. Release the hands to the side. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Notice the body's starting to warm up here. And we'll take that inner awareness, that gaze in between our mind's eye. And please, if you remember the most beautiful moon you've seen in the evening sky recently. I'm coming upon a half moon the next few days. Beautiful moon in the night sky. And similar to paying respects to the sun, Chandra Namaskar, the yogis of our past believed that when we take our time to practice Chandra Namaskar and tame the mind, making the mind our very best friend. We help with the inner waters of our body, of our brain, of all the fluids and blood, interstitial fluids. And it's similar to Earth's waters that are impacted by the phases of the moon and the tides, that our inner waters too are impacted by the phases of the moon. So we practice Chandra Namaskar to tame the waters of the mind and make the mind our very best friend. So we'll move through these next 2 rounds of classical Chandra Namaskar, similar to what we had been doing, changing the 4th and 9th postures. Inhale, deeply open the eyes. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your arms up overhead, look up and back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging the waist. Body in half. Bend the knees, take the left leg back, drop to the knee and the top of the foot. This time we'll inhale, take our hands through prayer position at the heart, and then take the arms up overhead as we lunge into that front foot. Take the gaze up and back. Now, no hard and fast rules here. You can have your hands in steeple position. You can also have your arms parallel so that your hands are parallel. Take your gaze up and back. Draw the shoulders down the body. If you're having a hard time breathing, back off some. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale, send the right leg back to meet the left. Mountain pose. Notice that one knee might want to press back more so to the wall behind you. See if you can press both knees evenly back behind you. Reach the heels evenly towards the earth. Let's take the left foot in between the palms, drop to the right knee and the top of the right foot. We're going to inhale our hands through prayer position as we lunge into that front left knee. Take the arms up overhead, crescent moon position. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale the right foot up to meet the left, body in half. Forward fold. Bend the knees as we inhale. Take the arms up overhead. Look up, look back. Exhale through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. This time moving with the pace of our breath. 12 poses, 12 breaths. Inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take your arms up overhead, look up and back. Exhale, fold forward, body in half. Bend the knees, right leg back, top of the knee and the top of the foot as we inhale. Crescent moon position. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale, Parvalkonasana. The bottom of the exhalation, we'll hold the breath out, drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide on into cobra. Keep the butt soft, tuck the toes. Exhale, pressure. Hands back, lift the hips, come into mountain pose. Take the right foot in between the hands. Crescent moon position. Release the hands. Exhale, left leg up to meet the right, body in half. Inhale, the arms up and overhead. Exhale through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side, close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. See if you can find the beating of your heart. It started beating on day 27 when we were in our mother's womb. It's been our loyal companion ever since. So very grateful for this healthy, healthy heart. With each breath that we're taking in through our nose, through the nostrils or trachea, sending this fresh oxygen to the lungs or in the lower lobes, the middle lobes, the upper lobes, and purifying this fresh oxygen and then sending it to the heart. Where then the fresh oxygen mingles with the blood. And then the heart pumps all the veins and arteries, every capillary in the body. Feel vibrant around the feet, the fingertips and the skull. Capillaries are vibrant with fresh life. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. We'll come into our first asana of today. Let's do chair pose. So we're going to bring our feet together, knees together, hands to prayer position at the heart. And then bend the knees as if you're beginning to sit down in a chair. Take your arms up overhead, parallel or steeple. You want your biceps by the ears, and then sit down a little bit further. Go ahead and lift your toes up off the mat, just your toes. And then take your gaze up towards the ceiling, but keep your chin parallel to the earth. So your gaze is in between your eyebrows, up towards the ceiling, Shambhala Mudra. Your belly's engaged, you're drawing your belly button back towards the spine, you're reaching through the fingertips. And in the final pose, you're listening to the symphony of your breath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take your arms up overhead and then exhale. Release your hands back behind you. We'll immediately go into Dvikasana. Take your hands, interlace them back behind you. It's a wonderful counter pose to what we just did. Draw the arms as far down your legs as can. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. And then take those hands, those arms overhead to your degree. Let your chin drop towards your chest. Let the top of your head come down towards your feet. Breathing slowly. Release your hands to your low back. Bend the knees. We're going to roll the spine up slowly. Let's take our feet to the outside edges of the sticky mat. We're going to do a swaying tree in the hurricane. So take your arms up overhead, take your right hand, grab your left wrist, send your left hip out to the side, and then take the strength of your right arm and pull that left arm overhead. Turn your gaze so you're looking past your left bicep, and then use the strength of your right arm to pull even more. Breathing slowly here, small sips of oxygen. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to center. Let's switch sides. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send out that hip. Pull, and then take your gaze past your right bicep. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. Release your hands down by your side. And then let's take our feet about 5 inches away from one another. Toes are pointing forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead. If you need to bend the knees, by all means, please do so. You can have your hands on your shins. You can have them on your ankles. We're going for our fingers underneath of our toes. Begin to straighten the legs. See if you can get your whole hands underneath of your feet. You can press down on your big toe mounds. And then let your head, wherever you are, just let your head hang heavy. Drop the chin towards your chest. And you can use the strength of your arms. You can bend your elbows and draw your chest closer to your thighs. Make sure you're breathing here. Bend the knees, release your hands. If you have your hands on the fronts of your shins or the backs of your ankles, stay there. Everybody else, we're going to take our two-piece fingers and wrap them around our big toes. Press down on the big toes. Straighten the legs. Inhale, take your gaze up. See if you can see where the floor meets the wall in front of you. See if you can take your gaze a quarter way up the wall, maybe halfway up the wall. Maybe you can even take your gaze all the way where the wall in front of you meets the ceiling. Beautiful upper back bend here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Tuck the chin towards your chest, bend the knees. Let's heel toe, heel toe. We're just going to take our feet about mat distance. We're going to let our head continue to hang. Take your hands on the outside of your shins, wrap them around. See if you can touch your ears. Draw your chin towards your chest and then begin to straighten your legs to your degree. Breathe slowly here. Release your hands, unwind. Take your palms back to the mat. We're going to walk back into Parvakonasana. Bend your right knee, send your left heel to the earth, straighten your right elbow. Bend your left knee, straighten your right knee. Press your left palm into the earth. Take both heels to the earth evenly. Go ahead and lift your left leg. Press down powerfully through your right palm. Your left leg, the big toes in alignment with the midline of the body. So the hips and shoulders are square. Pressing through your heel. Lift it a little bit higher. Lengthen through the side body. And then as we exhale, swing that left leg through. We're going to prepare for Virabhadrasana 1. So go ahead and take your right heel to the earth. Your toes are at about 2 p.m. We're bending that front knee. And as we inhale the upper body up, we lunge into that front knee. Take the hands through prayer position at the heart. Hips and shoulders are square. And then take your arms up overhead. And again, no hard and fast rules. You can have your arms parallel or interlaced, steeple. But you want to activate this back quad to take good care of the knee. And then the back foot is gripping the mat. And then our gaze is in between our eyebrows up towards the ceiling, Shambhala Mudra. Reach through the fingertips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. We're going to transform the body. As we exhale, let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. So I like to wiggle the back toes back some. Open up the hips and shoulders to the side wall. Take a nice swift glance back to my back arm to make sure that it's even with the front. And then turn the head and neck and look down the fingertips off into infinity. Lunge into that front knee. Strong like a warrior. Let's take our right arm up to meet the left. Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. So we're going to lunge into that front leg. Reach through the fingertips. Keep the belly from collapsing on this thigh. Smile at the shake of the leg, knowing it's only going to last for a while. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale the left hand onto the mat on the inside of the left foot. Open up the chest. Take the right fingertips up towards the heavens. You can stay here. You can also bend that right elbow and take the back of the palm towards the back of the left hip. Open up the shoulder a little bit more. Maybe you have your bind available in your practice today. Release your hands, drop to the knee and the top of the foot, heel toe, heel toe. You're gonna come to push-up position. Let's come into Kandanyasa. And so we'll find our hands underneath of our shoulders. And then as we bend the elbows, notice you can already hook that left elbow into the left inner thigh. Walk the right knee back some. And then as we bend the elbows as if we're coming into chaturanga, you can hook that right inner hip bone into that elbow, and then see that I'm still balancing on my knee, but then I can begin to play with lifting my toes. So now I'm balancing, it's an arm balance. Give it a few tries. A is for attempt, and then B is for balasana. So after you've given it a few tries, we'll take the forehead to the mat, we'll take our hips to our ankles, and take a nice deep breath in through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Returning, see if you can find that beating of your heart. The yogis refer to it as a sign of life. So very grateful for our heartbeat, this loyal companion. Works while we're sleeping, while we're eating. We don't even have to think about it. So very grateful for this body's intelligence. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet back up into mountain pose, Parvokonasana, so we can do the same sequence on the solar side. What we just did was our lunar side, our feminine side. So now let's bring some harmony and balance our masculine and femininity. So take both heels down to the earth. Press down evenly through all four corners of both palms. Go ahead and take the right leg up towards the ceiling. Press powerfully through the left hand. Straighten the left elbow. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, swing it on through. Take the left heel to the earth. The toes are going to be at about 10 p.m. As we inhale, the arms up and lunge into that front knee. Take the hands through prayer position at the heart, arms overhead, and then take the left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Reach through the fingertips, and then take your gaze up through your eyebrows. Shambhali Mudra. Breathing slowly. Let's inhale, let's transform the body. Let's move the left foot back just a few inches. Open up the hips and the shoulders to the side wall. Glance back swiftly to make sure that the left hand is in alignment with the right one. Turn the head and neck down the right arm. Look down the fingertips. Lunge into that front knee. Take the left hand up to meet the right. Avaya Virabhadrasana. We're gripping the mat with the back of our foot. Reaching through our fingertips. Smiling at that femur bone as it shakes into our hip socket. Saying good morning. Release the hands, take the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Open up the chest, take the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. I like to wiggle my back toes back just a little bit more so I can sink my hips down even further. Feel free to stay here. You can also bend your elbow. Take your hand to the back of the hip and then find your bind if that's available in your practice today. Release your hands, drop to your knee, heel toe, heel toe. Bring the hands underneath of the shoulders and let's find Kandanyasa on this side. So have some fun with it. And move to this side. So first hooking the right elbow in the inner right thigh, and then come forward, hook that left elbow and that left hip bone, and then begin to play. Give it a few tries, and then let's press our hips back towards our heels. Let's bring our forehead to the earth. Bring your hands back down by your sides. Take a nice deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. See if you can bring your awareness to the brain as it rests in your skull and you rest your forehead on the mat. So very grateful for the brain and the nervous system and the auditory nerves, so you're able to hear my voice, make sense of the words I'm saying, and your mind and its intellect can understand me. Then you can give your body instructions on how to move. So very grateful for the mind, brain, the intellect, our nervous system, our healthy nervous system. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to press back into Parvo Konasana, mountain pose. Go ahead and lift the left leg, lift it high, and then allow the knee to bend. And allow the weight of the ankle to fall over the right side of the body. Go ahead and look underneath your left armpit towards the ceiling. It should feel good. And then as you exhale, swing it on through. We're going to find our way into pigeon. So take the left knee up towards the left wrist and the left ankle towards the right wrist. Walk your body back to your degree. We're going to sit first in proud pigeon. So we're just going to find our way. If you need to hold, I like to claw my hands to the earth so I can sit tall, and then take the top of the foot to the mat. Roll the shoulders up and back. Allow yourself to sit. Breathe slowly. Melting the pelvis. Let's go ahead and bend that back knee. We can grab onto the ankle. Maybe we can take the foot into our elbow. Find what works for you. Release. Take your right hand to your right knee, to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your left hand to the back of your right thigh. Let's inhale and lengthen. Exhale, let's twist. Take the gaze over the left shoulder as far back on the wall behind you. Giving a nice, gentle massage to the base of the brainstem. Go ahead and release, come back to center. Inhale, open up the chest, look up and back. Exhale. Make any adjustments that are necessary for you. If you'd like to move your foot in more of a 90 degrees, that's totally welcome. And then let's find our way to fold forward over our bent knee. And then breathe slowly, relieving our hips and our pelvis. Release the hands. We're going to help our body. We're going to tuck our back toes, press into the palms. We're going to lift our left hip back and away. Shake out that leg. Make X's and O's if that feels good. Whatever feels good to bring some energy and life force back to the left leg and hip and knee. And then let's take that left heel and press it down into the earth. Inhale, lift the right leg up, bend the knee, and then take your gaze underneath your right armpit as you allow the weight of your right ankle to fall over your left side. Let's inhale. As we exhale, swing it on through. Find a version of pigeon on this side for you. We're going to first come into proud pigeon to where we're sitting upright. Top of the back foot is on the mat. Our hands are clawed to the sides of our hips as we sink our pelvis down and breathe slowly. Bend the back knee, grab on either to the ankle, or you can take your foot into the crease of your elbow joint. Find what works for you. Grab on and then spin the heart towards the front and up. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Let's take the left hand to the left thigh. Take the right hand to the back of the right thigh, of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take your gaze as far back over your right shoulder as is comfortable. Go ahead and release. Make any adjustments in that front leg. Perhaps your leg is happy. Perhaps you'd like to make more of a 90-degree angle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, fold forward over that bent leg. Come to rest. The forehead on the mat. Perhaps you want to make a pillow with your forearms. If you have Hanuman practice, and it's a splits pose is available for you today. Yogi's choice. And release to walk our hands back towards the body, tuck the back toes, Take the right leg back, shake it out. Make X's and O's with the leg. Take both heels towards the earth. Press back into Parvo Konasana. Walk your hands towards the middle of the mat. Walk your feet towards the middle of the mat. Go ahead and bend the knees, and we'll come into squats pose. Now we're about to go into our inversion part of the practice, and if you don't feel like going upside down today, that's your choice. And so perhaps you might want to sit here and explore variations of squats and twists and how that might work for you. So the rest of us, we're going to come into crow pose. And so from the tippy toes, take your hands into push-up position. Lift the hips and then take the knees to the outside of the triceps. You're going to bring the weight forward and then begin to play with lifting one toe and then the other. Give it a few tries. It's all about making the angles in the elbows. Give it a few tries. Perhaps you have your crow to headstand position. You have your headstand practice in the middle of the room. By all means, you can continue with it. If you have your headstand practice safely at the wall, you'd like to do that, by all means. For the rest of us, we're gonna do an inversion, but today we're gonna do Sharvandasana, so shoulder pose. So come to lie on the mat, and then take your knees. Take your legs overhead and then come to support your low back. Bend your elbows and then your hands are supporting your low back. Your fingers are up towards your ankles. Your feet are together. Your chin is in towards your chest. Your gaze is in between your big toe mounds. You're breathing slowly. All the fluids of the body are turning upside down. All the organs are receiving a flood of fresh fluids, oxygen. It's like a nice bath for all the organs. If you're in a headstand position or shoulder stand position, let's everybody take our legs wide. Let's take our legs back. Let's take the left leg over the head. It's okay if it doesn't reach the floor. Reach through the toes. Take it back to center. Let's switch sides. Take it back to center. If you're in headstand position, you can do any variation that you'd love. Eagle pose, lotus. If you're in shoulder stand, you want to take both legs overhead, coming into plow. If your toes touch the earth, you have the privilege to release your hands from your low back. You can interlace them, take them away towards the floor. Release the hands to the low back, bend the knees. We're going to roll out super slowly. Whether you're in headstand or shoulder stand, let's everybody come down onto the mat, arms down by the side, feet splayed to the side. Let the head and neck rock from side to side, back to center. To further counter the stress in the head and neck from the inversion series, let's take our hands underneath of our bum, palms facing down, And then we're going to inhale the chest up and the head. So we're coming to rest on our elbows. Take the feet together, point the feet, toes away from you, and then bring the top of the head down to the mat. Bring the bottom set of teeth past the upper set of teeth. These are your fish gills. We're breathing slowly. Release the head and neck. Release your hands to the side. Let your feet come to the side. Let your feet splay to the side. Let them be about 16 inches away from one another. Allow your hands to come down by your side, palms facing up about 8 inches away from your hips. And then let your head and neck rock from side to side and back to center a couple times. Let's come into bridge pose. Further engage the back bends. We'll bend the knees, bring the heels, the soles of the feet towards the rear. Our arms are alongside the sides of the body, palms facing down. And as we inhale, we can press into our feet and lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Reach those fingertips down towards the heels. And they can stay here. You can also interlace them underneath in your back. Squeeze those knees towards one another. Lift, lift, lift. Your chin is in towards your chest and you're breathing slowly. If you have your full chakrasana, you can do that now. You can take your arms over your head, press into your hands, go into your full wheel position. I'm not going to today. Let's go ahead and release our hands. We're going to come down gently, one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and extend the legs. Shake it out. Let's take both arms out like a T. Look over onto the right side and then the left side to make sure that our arms are straight out from our hands are straight out from our shoulders, palms facing down. Let's take the left leg straight out from our hip. Let's take the right foot onto the right knee, onto the right thigh. If you have eagle pose, let's go ahead and create that. Then we're going to shift our hips and then let our right knee come down over onto our left side. You can look down your right arm, staring at your fingertips. And breathe slowly. Supine twist. We're going to release your legs. Come back up through center. Adjust the hips. Extend the right leg out. Take the sole of the left foot onto the right thigh. If you have an eagle legs, let's make that available. And then help your right knee fall down towards the right side. Turn your head so you're looking down your left fingertips. We're going to go ahead and release. Unwind the legs. Extend both legs out, flat on the floor. Take your arms to your sides, palms facing up for our final resting position, Shavasana. I'll go ahead and lead us through an active relaxation. Go ahead and lift your left foot up off the mat 2 inches, point the toes, flex the foot, tighten the calf, and let it flop. Lift your right leg up off the mat 2 inches, point, flex, flop. Inhale, squeeze your butt and draw your belly button down towards the spine. Squeeze, 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 and then relax your entire pelvis, hips, and pelvic floor. Inhale, draw the breath all the way up the side ribs, all the way up to the chin, and then open the mouth and let out a nice relax the jaw, return to the breath to normal through the nose. Make a fist with your left hand, lift it up 2 inches off the mat, tighten the arm, let it flop. Make a fist with your right hand, tighten it 2 inches up off the floor, and let it flop. Keep the back of the head on the floor, but draw your chin into the chest, chin into the chest, chin into the chest, and let it relax. Let the head and neck rock from side to side and back to center. Simba, lion's breath. Draw the breath all the way up into the face. And then as you exhale, stick out the tongue, bug out the eyes. Let it all out. Relax the jaw, return the breath to normal. Inhale, draw the breath all the way up to your forehead. Squeeze every hair on your forehead. Squeeze your eyes, squeeze your ears. Squeeze your teeth, make a funny face, and then exhale, release. Soften every hair on your head. Taking your awareness back to that upper lip where the breath moves in and out of the nostrils. And this time, without trying to change a thing, simply remain the observer. Notice if you can draw your awareness to the belly button. And see how, without trying to change a thing, there's a natural rise and fall of the belly, the navel center. Inhale, navel up. Exhale, navel down. I'd like you to count from 10 to 1 backwards, utilizing this. So inhale, navel up, 10. Exhale, navel down, 10. Inhale, navel up, 9. Exhale, navel down, 9. All the way down to 1 at your pace. Go ahead and release the count, release the breath. Just allow yourself to completely relax. If you find that your mind is still active, you can take your inner awareness to that space in between your mind's eye, in between the eyebrow center. And repeat the mantra Om over and over at this center. Allowing yourself to bring your awareness into the physical again, allowing your breath to be big within your body. Feeling the breath extend to your toes and your fingertips. And however it feels good for you, as if you're a kitty cat waking up from a beautiful cat nap. Allow yourself to reach your arms up overhead, stretch long on one side or the other, and the other. Eventually, we're all going to roll over onto our right side, meeting in a fetal position. Go ahead and allow your right arm to be the pillow for your head. Take your left hand to your belly. And send some appreciation. Honor yourself for practicing today, rolling out the mat, and cultivating self-love. The yogis believe that the organ of the heart governs the emotion of love. And so when we roll out our mat and we do our practice, we're cultivating, we're growing our self-love. And it's then that when we're full, that we can go out and be of service. And we fill our own love cup. So this is one way that we do that. I'm so very grateful for our self-love. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, go ahead and help your body upright. So you're going to press that left palm into the earth. Help your body return to a comfortable seated position like we did at the beginning. Let the chin tilt down ever so slightly so that the top of the crown is open to the heavens. Plug the sits bones into the earth. And just pay attention. Witness the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. And without judgment, simply become aware of how different our mind, our thoughts are more calm, more serene. Our body is more open and loose. The yoga, it works. We've transformed our mind, body, and spirit. So let's take this yoga off the mat into the world today. Share this shine with others. Bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. The light in me bows to the light in you. What an honor it is to share in this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much, Cyber Ohana. I'm Terra. This is Live Yoga channel, where we love to share in our classical Hatha yoga practice, as well as all things yoga for the organs and stress relief. So tune back in on Wednesday, where we'll be meeting for a half-hour work break. I'll lead a chair yoga series, and then as well we'll do top of the hour at 12, or actually it's 12:30 for the Trust Your Gut Club. Bring your hydrating bevy and your questions, and we'll talk all things digestive wellness. So have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for joining. If you learned anything, please smash that subscribe button. We're trying to grow our subscribership here. Tell your friends and family. Really having a good time here sharing this practice with you. So have a beautiful day. Ohui ho. Aloha.